Give us the tools faster, and we'll finish the job faster.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing fine, and it is always a great pleasure to have you on the channel. So in this video, and as you have heard from that clip at the beginning of this video, let's talk about this apparently fabricated war between Israel and Hamas. There is no war between Israel and Hamas. There is a war between the West, the Western world, and innocent people. Well, let's put things right. Let's put facts, first. Now, I would never justify myself. I would never justify attacking of people, attacking of civilians, just attacking and killing of anybody. I don't think anybody really deserves such harsh punishment and treatment like the West is now the move that the West is pulling on apparently, according to their terms, the Hamas, but we know it is not Hamas, but just on innocent people in the name of Hamas. I would not justify either the actions of the Hamas on Israeli people when this war broke out. I have said, and I will always reiterate this, that this world belongs to all of us, and all of us belong to this world equally. But that is not understood, but not accepted by everybody. Other people really know and really feel that they deserve to be here. They deserve this world better than other people. They belong here more than other people do. I say that there is no war between Hamas and Israel. It is a war between the Western world, the so-called the Western nations, against the rest of the world, actually. And I say this deliberately because this is just a script we have seen before, happening with other people, happening with Palestine, the Palestinians in Gaza for years now. It is an historical injustice. And now there is that video that was doing rounds on social media the other day of a father crying his heart out, holding in his hands two birth certificates that belong to his two twin children that had been born just days earlier before a bombing that took the lives of the two babies, two newborn babies, twins. I think their mother and grandma. And you could see from how their house was attacked that it was a strategic move that took out only the block that housed them. Their house was the only one taken out in their block. And the father was out, had gone to the hospital to pick the birth certificates. And in the house were the two young newborn twins, their grandmother and their mom, all of them that are now deceased. And now you get to ask yourself the question, the most important question: are those two newborn babies and their grandma and their mom, are they the Hamas? And why was their house strategically only that unit? Why was it targeted, and why was it the only one that was taken out? And that tells you that this is exactly not a war just about Hamas. I mean, terrorism, Israel against the terrorism. The West will call the Hamas a terrorist group. This is not, I'll say again, this is not Israel versus Hamas. This is a proxy war of the United States, of the UK, and of the European Union against people of Palestine. This is Palestinians against the West. It is a proxy war, and it's hard for people, for the common person, to know the truth, because all the truth has been hidden from everybody else, because we are not supposed to know that. I believe that Jews around the world are not proud of the moves of the current nation of Israel, the so-called Israel, because we know that even if we were to look into introspect using spiritual books, through Christianity, through Islam, through Judaism, the current people that live in the contemporary nation of Israel are not the Israelites in any case. It is just a bunch of white people, white bullies, I can call them, who forcefully implanted themselves in that place, because we know who really that land belongs to historically, and now have forced their way into other people's territory and have said, look, we deserve to be here than you guys. There is no way we are ever going to justify bombing of civilian infrastructure, indiscriminate bombing and shelling, indiscriminate use of live ammunitions on civilians and protesters. And international law has simply been suspended and trampled upon, because everything out there, even the justice system, even the media, and that's why we don't know the truth, is a proxy of the West. Unless you go deep into the details, unless you're interested in really finding out why would a people for years put their life on the line to fight. What is this that the Palestinians, the so-called Hamas, what is this that they are fighting for, that they are willing to lose everything, that they have given up on life to fight for? Is it really just a war between Israelis and terrorists? Are these people that are willing to give everything, their lives, are they really the terrorists? Are these people not trying to make a statement? If you're not willing to ask such questions and try to find it deeper, then I'll tell you that the media itself, whatever that goes out to the media, whatever that they let into mainstream media, is a proxy of the West, is a westernized propaganda. And they do this, the West will do this. Nobody is immune from the West's bullying. Nobody is. We're not safe from that in Africa. In Africa, we're being exploited every day and for ages. All the other countries, look at the cases of Iran, look at the cases of Afghanistan, look at the cases of Vietnam, look at the cases of Iraq. We will count them and we will not get to the end of that list. This is a play that we have seen, we have been experiencing for ages. But because the media is a proxy of the West and the war is a proxy of the West, and everybody, even the judicial system, is a proxy of the West, we're not going to see the truth. We're not going to know what's really happening beneath the simmering surface. Just ask yourself, why would these people really fight with all their might, with everything that they have? Because they are just a terrorist people that want, what do they want? This is an historical injustice that we are not about to see the end of it until we go deep into the roots, the very beginning of the war, just to understand that who does this war belong to and who does this war benefit, and in what ways are they benefiting from this war. Bombing of civilian infrastructure like electricity, roads, water supplies, schools, hospitals, attacking medical personnel. That's what is happening today in Israel. Um, And now when that crisis is at its peak, they even go ahead shamelessly. They place blockades and restrictions on aid, food supply in form of aid, and medical supplies. They restrict them from entering the war zone, Gaza, because you know what? They want to completely annihilate, completely wipe out the people. They want to finish that job, like he's saying, give us the weapon first. We clear the people. We do a justified, in their terms, a justified genocide. So we have the land for our people. That is simply what they're saying. Here is another video that I believe says what Jews, the true Jews people around the world believe in.
You're calling Israel a democratic state. Well, let me tell you something, right? Democratic states don't behave like an apartheid state. They don't commit collective punishment. They don't bomb hospitals, refugee camps, and people's homes. They don't commit genocide. Israel is not a democratic state. Stop telling that lie. And Jews all over the world are horrified at the Zionist state of Israel at the moment. This parliament makes a mockery of the notion of international law. You are twisting international law to justify a genocide, then accuse everyone else of human rights abuses. This place is losing the plot. Israel is right now committing war crimes against Palestinian civilians. It's engaging in collective punishment of an innocent people. Ursula von der Leyen says she's planning on the Commissioner for Defence if she's in power next term. A Commissioner for Defence means a Commissioner for War. Why don't we have a Commissioner for Peace? What started as an economic union is fast developing into a military union. The EU response to Israel's act of genocide in Gaza exposes all the talk about human rights, international law, it all sounding meaningless. Each day there's a new atrocity, continued bombing and ethnic cleansing, the blocking of aid, and now starvation has been used as a weapon of war. The EU has been exposed. Over 1,000 children have been killed in 10 days by the apartheid state of Israel. Over 1,000 children in 10 days. And our EU Commission President and the Parliament President went to Israel to give their support to the Israeli onslaught against the Palestinians. An onslaught that has taken the shape of a genocide against innocent civilians trapped in an open-air prison called Gaza. By offering unqualified support for this grossly disproportionate colonial brutality, the EU leaders and politicians have made themselves complicit in Israeli war crimes. Does the EU care about the human rights of the Palestinians?
Give us the tools faster, and we'll finish the job faster.
When Netanyahu says they want to finish the job is annihilation. It is extermination. It is genocide. They have flattened all of Gaza. It is reported that it will take 10 to 15 years just to clean up the rubble. There are no hospitals. Children cannot be treated. There is now a spread of polio. And U.S. Congress is applauding for this jubilantly, at one point breaking out into a chant of USA, USA. And so as I watch that, one of the things that occurs to me is how the debate within the United States approaching the election in November has taken on the stance that there is a demarcation or a distinction between foreign policy and domestic policy, what happens over there and what happens at home, as if those things are not entwined and imbricated. Right now, those chants at home echo an entitlement to kill, echo an entitlement to plunder, to destroy lives that are not seen or deemed worthy, and where racism and colonialism is not a dog whistle but is on full display. So for those who are concerned about saving their democracy at home, I want to tell them that there is no democracy to save that manifests itself in ongoing genocide in this way.
Yeah, I believe that it is time for the world to see the truth, to know the truth, to know that the West, is especially the political class in the West, are a bunch of bullies that will try to bully their way into anything and everything for as long as it benefits them. And nobody, I say nobody, is immune from the bullying of the West. And until we know the truth, we will never fight propaganda. We will never fight misinformation. I would love to hear your views on this, and you might want to share this video, like this video, and most importantly, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So until next time, see you in the next video. Peace.